All right, sailor, what's the update?
Sir, we've spotted Ripper and a Harugumo on the horizon.
Ah, shitballs, and I thought we were gonna have a good day in World of Cruise Ships. Okay, back to port.
Welcome aboard the Harugumo, the Tier 10 Japanese destroyer with a born-to-be wild attitude and a shitload of guns. An upcoming update will boost the reload by 6% with the unique upgrade build. But will this be enough to make this ship more attractive?
So climb aboard and let's see how the Harugumo plays in today's meta with this upgrade. And to do that, here's your host, Ripper.
In the waves she lurks, the ocean's healthy queen, with torpedoes armed, through silent storms unseen. In the deep she hides, her target's in sight, a ghost in the seas, a phantom in the fight, ruler of the deep, silent and profound, in the art of war where her foes are bound. She strikes with grace, a force unseen, in the world of warships, she is the queen truly.
Hey team, this is Ripper here. You guys are doing fantastic. Got a fun video today with the Harugumo. Yes, Tier 10. It's getting a unique upgrade buff. It's gonna basically get you a 6%, and the next update with the unique upgrades, we're doing a series about the ones that I think are relevant. And it's going to be pretty amazing. But let's take a look at this build with the unique upgrade of increased smoke and see how it actually plays out. And it's actually going to make it better. But as always, before we get into like, subscribe button below. Be sure to support the channel. If you value what we're doing here, smash those buttons, leave a comment. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the show. All right. Tier 10, Harugumo, one of my favorite destroyers back in the day. That is basically the gunboat. Part of the continuation of the Kitakaze line, the Tier 9 4-turret gunboat system. Now, this is a 5-turret gunboat system where you don't really see too many of the 5-turret ones. So that's why I like Harugumo so much in that regard. Great reload, 2.5 second. Now, if we increase it by 6%, you're essentially getting maybe like a 0.5% increase or half-second increase in reload rate. So I guess you could call it like this is kind of getting it closer if I had Fearless Brawler. Notice that in the build at the end of the video that we do not build for Fearless Brawler because the unique upgrade is focused on smoke and the crawling smoke ability. And that is what you're getting right there. Before we get, like, look at this engagement with Z52, not understanding why he is firing at us right now. And not in smoke, by the way, but look at the DPM and the fire rate and the damage you can really output. Not a very good thing for the Z52 right here because of all the damage he's losing for free because he doesn't have a heal. And the fact that we're able to do this kind of damage to him, and we got the smoke. Look, we're already popping the smoke. Look how long this thing really lasts. The build lasts 44 seconds, and the dispersion is 126 seconds. So you're essentially getting a crawling smoke and a gearing kind of American-style smoke screen that lasts a really long time. And the gimmick of the legendary upgrade is basically you get a long-ass dispersion time. And you can see 44 seconds. You could go at a quarter speed and kind of move for 44 seconds along the water and not be spotted, allowing you to be a very versatile and tactile kind of vampire-like gameplay where you're crawling along, crawling smoke kind of mentality. And then, of course, it lasts like over 2 minutes, I believe. You can see that timer was up there, 2 minute long smoke dispersion. Yeah, you can see right there, 126 seconds. So a very, very long smoke screen dispersion time. But really the gimmick of this thing is the guns. The guns I really do enjoy. Look, we got it down to 2.4 second base reload right there. Adrenaline rush kicking in. If we get another, ooh, look at that. Z52 taking, again, those torpedoes, I'm telling you, sneak up out of nowhere. And that is exactly why it's so freaking powerful. Now, I'll speed this up because we're sailing around a lot and basically got to give up the western flank. But we had to take this Prince Albert on right here. But if I do the quick math, 2.4 seconds times 0.95 here, you're getting a 2.28. They round up under a 2.3 second reload. So is that half a second reload really going to make a difference? It gets you closer to having Fearless Brawler, because Fearless Brawler is 10%, right, if you get spotted. But most of the time it's going to be in the smoke, so you kind of get that at least half second in the smoke. So, I mean, look at the reload rate right now. Look at what we're going to do to melt this Prince Albert here. And by the way, we have IFHE on this thing, so we pen up to 30, let me see, 37? Yep, 37 mil. So it doesn't quite cross the 38 millimeter threshold of certain cruisers and battleships. However, it does pass 32, which is majority of the ship. Notice we're still getting a 22, a lot of these non-pins right here you can see. So that means there are certain areas of the ship we are non-pinning, but for the most part, we are getting a lot of pins on the alpha damage on the main superstructure, and some areas baked in 30 32, 34 mil pen, somewhere around there. That gives you at least somewhat damage. Look, we're going to aim at his nose. Look at all the nose. It's like literally melting his nose right there. You see all that damage right there? And that's exactly why IFHE works really, really well. And we do start fires occasionally here and there. It doesn't stop you from completely starting fires, but you start getting some of that. And you can see, watch the DPM now. We're getting melted by the secondary, so we pop the smoke again. And again, we get an extra consumable as well with this unique upgrade. So we got 4 smokes, 4 engine boosts, and 4 reload boosters on the torpedo. So amazing, amazing there. These torpedoes come in handy when you really need to just launch a spread. They go out to 12 kilometers. So you saw I got that kill on the Z-52 right there because of a torpedo. So that's why I like Harugumo a lot. Very, very versatile. A very heavy support gunboat. And again, the problem with the thing is the concealment goes out to 6.9. And there he goes down there. Yamato takes him out. Now, the downside, like I said, the concealment goes out to now 6.9 instead of the back in the day. It's 6.2-ish or something like that, which is still not great. It's not like you're going to be going around hunting and capping destroyers in that sense. You're really kind of using this. You're like a support destroyer gunboat. Again, you're kind of like the Burroughs, the Fort Sherman, I guess you could say maybe Hull. A lot of those heavy gunboat support kind of a miniature light cruiser, if you will, to really just be that supporting role and to help out saturate the team with heavy firepower and using that smoke to your ability. So that's the downside. You're not going around spotting. You're always in your smoke. So that's the downside of Harugumo. We know that. It's not a very good spotter. It's not a very good hunter, destroyer, killer. It really is designed to be that guy that really just sits in the smoke and HE spams. I get it. Not many people like that. They want you to spot. So again, that's why you got to pick and choose your battles wisely. That's why I'm not firing right now. Like if I could, I would fire and be that open water gunboat. Unfortunately, these are secondary heavy. Pomeran's a secondary heavy ship. Maine will look at us and fire all 16 of his guns. We were hoping for a torpedo hit there. But like I said, you don't want to just sacrifice your health that way. Even though you get 30,000 HP points, you don't want to all just sacrifice that and just take unnecessary damage because you had no heals. And I've always said if you want to be a good destroyer gunboat, you got to have a heal because you're going to get shot up a lot. And you can see right there, secondaries are melting as we're there. Again, that Pomeran would have totally melted us. But look at this. So now we're doing the crawl and smoke technique. I got quarter speed on. I'm moving. And we're also melting. So that's the cool thing about the Harugumo and this unique upgrade, that you don't really care too much about concealment. You're just relying on the battleship firing and taking that smoke firing penalty, as well as being able to HE spam from a crawling smoke. See, my smoke is still lasting like up to another 10 more seconds, so we get a lot of free damage here. And then we slam on the brakes and we sit. Ooh, dang, nice shot, Iowa. And then we slam on the brakes, and then we kind of just sit in the smoke for the next 1.5 to 2 minutes. And you see, it really lasts a long time. It's pretty cool for that regard. Again, the downside is you're not spotting, you're not capping, you're kind of just HE spamming. Again, if you like HE spamming, Harugumo's great. Again, do not sit in the smoke for too long. A good destroyer player has to realize that torpedoes are probably on your way unless you've already killed all the torpedo destroyers. Yeah, there's nothing much you can do here. Palmer, he's pretty much going to get melted down. Just watch there. We start a fire. So you're still able to start a fire. I'm not saying you can't, but it just reduces your fire chances drastically in the unique upgrade. But we rely mostly on the alpha damage right here, and you can see we're getting a lot of it right there. Just firing 5 sets of turrets, double barrels, 10 guns. We need more of these 10 barrel destroyer gun systems. I like this. I like Harugumo a lot. I think we kind of have it in Z42. And there we go, splash 2 right there, 115,000 damage, and that is it. That is how we melt an entire flank right there, and that's all you really get at Harugumo unique upgrade. But let me ask you, would a 0.6 or a 6% decrease in reload really help you that much? I mean, you saw the reloads; they're already decent enough, right? Another 0.6 second reduction. What's it going to do? So let's take a look at one more game and see how it goes. Okay, we're back. Faroe Islands on domination, Harugumo here. Now, I know what you're thinking here. What about the Yamamoto commander, where if you get a Kraken, you get that ridiculous reload rate and you become a fire-breathing dragon? Yes, it is very cool to see once you get it. I've done it a few times, and I got videos on that. Check it out. But the downside is you got to get a Kraken. And getting a Kraken in Harugumo, it proves to be very, very difficult sometimes, as well as you already kill half the team to get there, and then there's really nobody left to shoot or kill, because getting a Kraken, you're pretty much wiping out almost half the team. So, I mean, what do I think about that? I mean, yeah, it's great, but it happens very rarely. So getting a 6% reduction in reload I think, I mean, it doesn't hurt. I mean, well, I'll take reduction anytime, but does it really matter? I mean, does a 6% really going to give me that, oh my gosh, overwhelming firepower that I'm definitely going to love and enjoy? All right, Hayate spotted right off the bat right here. I don't know why he spotted. He could have used his concealment. He goes smoke on, and nobody's spotting for him. So that means nobody can see me after I fire. So that's a good thing. And then we're going to turn around and get out of dodge. And this is why I like the torpedoes, because when I get little pesky destroyers that sit in the smoke right there, I'm not going to fire because I'll get a probably smoke firing penalty right here. So I'm going to wait. Launch the torpedoes. I hit the reload booster and launch another 6. So you can launch 12 torpedoes with the reload booster. So it feels very nice to have that. And I think Harugumo shines because of that reason. We get that, you know, like at the last game you saw, we get that free torpedo kill that just by random chance of luck. And it's because we were just spamming torpedoes randomly here and there, and you just get that lucky kill. And that's why Harugumo shines in that regard. But really, like I said, the bread and butter is the guns. The guns are really the selling point. So getting a 6% reload reduction, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take anything we can get. And you can see the power of the reload right here. I got a 17,000 hit point gearing. And let's see if we can melt this guy like crazy. And you can see I'm just aiming slightly above, let him walk right into the shells, and he goes undetected. So that's a downside. Oh my gosh. First blood. So if we get first blood with Yamamoto, we get an extra consumable. So guess what? I get all those consumables back that I just used. And that is the power of getting first blood in Harugumo. It's pretty wild. Again, very situational to get the buffs on the Yamamoto to work. I mean, you got to get a first blood. You got to get a Kraken. And, man, you got to get so many freaking things just to get, you know, any kind of deal out of Yamamoto. But whatever. I think Yamamoto is designed more for maybe the battleship and stuff, so you can get a better reload and maybe, you know, I guess you could say a first blood in a battleship too. Maybe that is supposed to what it's designed for, but I think it shines really well. If you get the Kraken and Destroyer, my gosh, you can get literally so much freaking firepower out of this thing. We're not going to engage Hawaii's, 2 Hawaii's right here. Man, Hawaii's been, and Brennan's. Man, look at that. We got the Hawaiian, 2 Hawaii's and a Bremen on the other team. So a lot of HE spam and cruisers over there, and that's obviously with the steel event going on. Check out those cruisers. They're really awesome. I have the Hawaii, and I do enjoy it. Pretty dang fun. But right now, we're in fighter-breathing Harugumo, and let's reposition here. We're going to go and support our Cabaros player right here, who's, again, trying to do some open water gunboating, and we'll help him out. And, you know, I always like to pick a destroyer and stick with him and help him, support him as best I can, especially in a DD gunboat that we have right here. And you can see Cabaros is going to go and engage the what is it, the Hayate out here. And hopefully he can kill him for us. That'd be great. Now, he's open water gunboating, which is awesome. I like Cabaros for that reason, but it's not... Man, it's taking a lot of damage these days. Back in the day, it used to be so hard to kill with the throttle juking and so forth, but now with the age of a lot of these HE spammy ships, man, it's really easy to hit the Cabaros these days. But I want to smoke him up and give him some nice little smoke screen. Hopefully he uses it. I hope he realizes that we're laying down the smoke screen just for him. Hawaii is out of range right here, so we're not going to really shoot too much. He's a little far away. Actually, hold on. He's turning in. Maybe we can shoot at him. There we go. And with IFHE, you're pinning 37 mil, so let's see if we can pin the majority of the ship. Yeah, we pinned the majority of his hull right there. It's very nice. And you can see the gameplay in the background, Harugumo, how this plays. It's really just a slow roll. I mean, Harugumo is a large freaking destroyer. It's like a light cruiser. Really weird to maneuver in. Doesn't handle very well. Excuse me. And yeah, it's not like a daring or a gearing maneuverability. It's like a really slow molasses turn. It's a very large ship, so I'm not going to tell you got the best maneuverability or speed. It's just decent enough. I mean, you get out to maybe 40 knots here. You can see right there with engine boost, so take it for what it's worth. That's how it maneuvers. It's really supposed to sit in the smoke and shoot a lot of shells. That's really the gimmick of it right here. We're spotted right there, and here we go. Oh, I guess we're going to get the Hayate now. He spots himself, unsurprisingly, to us for some reason. I don't know. He has better concealment than we do, but I don't know why he exposed himself, and he goes down. Splash 2, taking out the destroyer right there. So how are you going to engage it there? Rigolo right here is up in that smoke. He is moving with the smoke, so that's the downside of him because now you can see where he's going. You see Rigolo has that crawling smoke that hides him right there, so kind of like Venezia and, you know, kind of this whole Italian line, Colombo as well. So as soon as he comes out of the smoke, he's a sitting duck. There he is, and there's nothing he can do about it. And now we're going to just melt the crap out of him. So let's take a look at this engagement. Oh yeah, he cannot survive this amount of firepower right here. Look at all those shells just melting the crap out of him. Look at that. Damage, damage, damage each shell right there. We're getting full pins on everything. And we get the third kill. Look at that. Splash 3. Okay, and we got Conqueror coming around the corner. Let's see if we can get some torpedoes on him. Kremlin over there as well, and it looks like the battleships are hanging by the island, and pretty much this game is almost won by us. However, I'm not going to write it off yet because we can always throw games in World Warships. Never, ever give up. All right, we get the reload booster up. We launch another spread of torpedoes. Wouldn't that be nice if we get a Kraken? If we get 2 more kills, that would be Kraken territory right there. So let's see if we can get this Conqueror. That'd be kill number 4. Fortunately, nobody's spotting. Okay, we were the ones spotting, and so if I pop smoke, okay, thank God somebody else is spotting him for us, and now we're just going to sit here and melt the crap out of Conqueror. Notice that it really pins majority of his hull right there. I think we could pin his bow, we could pin his superstructure area, so really anywhere up and down along the line right here, we can definitely pin. Oh my gosh, Kabarov torpedoing the crap out of him. That should have been a 4th kill for us. That would have been nice, right? Because then we get another kill, be a Kraken. All right, we're going to come around this island here and see if we can take on Kremlin. Now, watch how we can just take on a Kremlin right here. Now, our smoke is on cooldown, so downside is we do not have a smoke to disengage, but you know what? I'll take the fight to them. This game is pretty much won. Let's win this game, all right? Let's have fun. It's all about having fun, right, guys? Let's test it out, the guns. 2.2 second reload, guys, with Adrenaline Rush kicking in. So, no Fearless Brawler and no 6% reload and unique upgrades. This is what you're getting. A 2.2 second reload. Ooh, that'd be nice if I get a 2.1 second reload. That'd be pretty interesting, right? And if we had Fearless Brawler, that'd be another 10%. So we could get down to maybe 2 second sub reload. So that would be cool. Again, would it really matter? I mean, it is what it is. I don't think having that extra 0.3 second of reload would really change the turn of the tide of the battle. You're still pumping out a lot of shells. All right, Kremlin is terrified of us, so he runs behind an island. We take out their submarine. I try to take a nice shot at Napoli here, but unfortunately we can't get it. So let's see if we can hunt the Kremlin down. Let's see. Kabaros probably is going to take a major hit from Kremlin. He probably will die, but don't worry, we'll get this. Yep, there goes the Kabaros. And maybe the Hawaii will actually melt this guy for us. But look at that. That is an amazing fun games with Harugumo. Now, I don't see many people play Harugumo for some reason, so I don't know what's going on. Ooh, look at this. Oh, come on, let's get the bow. Oh, man. AP is also pretty powerful on Harugumo too, ladies and gents. Even though these are only 100 mil guns, they do come out of the barrel pretty fast, but the drag coefficient is pretty horrendous, so you can't go too far out. But, I mean, you're getting some impressive damage, so I'm not going to write it off. So it's pretty great in that regard. Just the reload rate is just so scary. All right, let's see if we can attack this Napoli, and he's almost dead here. Let's see if we can get him. Now, Napoli's pretty heavily armored, but you just aim for the superstructure area. You can get some nice fires going, or maybe some alpha damage on the superstructure. Yeah, getting some nice damage right there. Unfortunately, we cannot last too long with his secondaries. Sap secondaries will melt us like crazy. Yeah, he goes down. All right. Oh, that is the game in Harugumo. Ooh, watch this. I probably would out of this. Owie. Last kill. Oh, I will give a kill to Napoli anyways. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was pretty fun in Harugumo. Again, I don't see many people playing Harugumo lately, and I'm curious to wonder why. Is it because it just doesn't survive well? It doesn't have a very good win rate? I don't know. 101,000. I've been having great games in it. Top 3. A lot of firepower. A little sluggish. 6% reload coming. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take anything we get. Some potential damage there, and we didn't really cap. So a very bad capper spotter because you're sitting in smoke all the time, because it does very poorly open water gunboating unless you take range, but range is hard to hit sometimes as well. So anyways, that's my thought on it. Wonder why people don't play this ship, but it's pretty fun, and that's the unique upgrade. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you see me out there, make sure you say hello, and I hope you have a safe time. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Cheers.